Celtic's new record signing broke down in tears as he said goodbye to his club of 3 years before completing the move to Glasgow. The Celtic captain has also spoken out to end speculation about his future, and there is a very suspicious development in the Mika Biereth transfer saga that has fans reading between the lines. On top of that, Martin O'Neill has sent a direct message about where the transfer window goes next. Let's get into it. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Casper Tengstedt broke down in tears as he said goodbye to Bodo Glimt before completing his move to Celtic, and he has opened up about what that farewell moment meant to him. Ho had been at Bodo since 2023, and the bond he built with the club, his teammates, and the supporters there was clearly deep. 53 goals in 102 appearances, memorable Champions League nights against Manchester City, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, and Sporting, and a genuine status as one of the best strikers in Scandinavian football. Leaving all of that behind was never going to be easy. Reflecting on the moment he said his goodbyes before flying to Glasgow, Ho was completely open about how emotional it was. He said, "I broke down when I walked in the door. When you've been together for so many years, you bond. It was a special moment. It was a completely wild experience. It's perhaps my greatest moment in my Glimt career, what happened there. It means a lot." He arrives at Celtic Park as the club's most expensive signing in history. The pressure that comes with that fee and that reputation is real. But a player who was moved to tears saying goodbye to a club he loved is a player who cares deeply about football and about the people around him. That is exactly the kind of character Celtic supporters want, pulling on the number 9 shirt. The chapter at Bodo is closed. The one at Celtic is just beginning. Now for the main story, as Callum McGregor has put an end to months of speculation about his Celtic future, publicly committing to the club and making clear that he is not going anywhere. McGregor's future had become a significant talking point over the summer. At the end of last season, he made comments suggesting the club needed to match his ambitions if they wanted to keep competing at the top level, and those words sparked a debate that has been running ever since. The speculation only intensified when he changed agents, moving to the same agency that represents Brendan Rodgers, with Rodgers' son Anton also involved with the firm. But speaking to the media after Celtic's latest additions, McGregor was completely clear. He said, "Listen, we've signed 2 strikers, 2 really good players. Obviously, Camilo's come in and done really well. Big Casper's just joined us over the last 24 hours. So it's good signs, it's positive steps. And that is to add to what is a really good group already." I spoke about this at the end of the season as well. I don't really think there's a group of players and a group of staff that could have got us through that difficult moment as much as these boys did. So it's obviously about trying to add bits of quality, but what we do have here is guys who want to work for the club, who are good footballers, who want to get better, and ultimately did bring success to the football club during a difficult season. So we have the makings of a really, really good team. Obviously, the standard for us is trying to get to Champions League football. That's where we want to be. It takes the club to a different level. When asked directly whether he would be staying, McGregor left absolutely no room for doubt. He said, "Yeah, absolutely. Listen, this is a football club that's been part of my whole life since I was 8, 9 years old. It's where I want to be. It's where I want to play football. And ultimately, I want to keep driving everything that I possibly can to make sure this club is successful. And then eventually, the day that you do leave it, you want to leave it in a really good place." The captain is staying. The debate is over. For Celtic supporters heading into the first game of the season tomorrow night, that is a huge boost. In other news, a strange development in Germany has added a fresh talking point to the Mika Biereth transfer saga after the Celtic target was absent from Paderborn's friendly squad on Wednesday. Biereth did not feature in the Paderborn squad for their friendly against Southampton. The German club addressed his absence in the comments beneath their official team announcement post, writing simply that Bauer had a cold and wishing him well. That may be all it is. Illness during pre-season is not unusual, but the timing raises eyebrows given the context around his situation. Celtic had an opening bid of around £4 million rejected by Paderborn. Bauer is understood to be desperate to make the move to Glasgow, with personal terms between the player and Celtic already agreed. The fee is the only obstacle. Paderborn, heading into a new Bundesliga season, value him at around £5 million or more and are under no immediate pressure to sell. The fact that Paderborn felt the need to publicly explain his absence suggests they are aware of the scrutiny. Whether that means anything beyond managing optics is impossible to say at this stage. What is clear is that Celtic still want Bauer, Bauer still wants Celtic, and the clubs have not yet found common ground on a fee. With the window still open and the player in the final year of his contract, the situation remains live. Celtic must now decide whether they are willing to bridge the gap or move on to other targets. In other news, Martin O'Neill has made it very clear that Celtic are not finished in the transfer market despite the arrival of Casper Tengstedt, and has sent a direct message about the club's approach to the remainder of the window. Speaking to Sky Sports, the Celtic manager said, "We are trying to get quality into the football club. We lost Dyson and he was a big player for us, and so we have to replace him. I think that we are doing our best to do that. We will get more players in, there's no question of that also." The message is pointed. O'Neill is not in the business of adding numbers for the sake of it. He wants players who can genuinely improve his starting 11. Maeda's departure to Ipswich left a significant gap in terms of pace, energy and work rate on the left side, and replacing that level of output is not straightforward. Who addresses the centre-forward position? But Celtic still need options in wide areas, in midfield and possibly at the back before the window closes. Mika Bauer remains in discussions. Haissem Hassan is still being pursued from Real Oviedo. The Champions League playoff first leg is less than 3 weeks away. O'Neill's message to supporters is essentially this: we know what we need, we are working on it, and it will happen. The supporters will be hoping the delivery matches the confidence. Lastly, Casper Tengstedt has been handed the iconic number 9 shirt at Celtic, adding another layer of significance to what is already the most high-profile transfer the club has made in recent memory. The number 9 jersey carries serious weight at Celtic Park. It has been worn by some of the most beloved strikers in the club's history, and handing it to a new signing immediately signals the level of expectation that comes with the role. Celtic are making clear that Tengstedt is not here to be a squad player or a rotational option. He is the main man. Arriving with 53 goals in 102 appearances for Bodo Glimt and a Champions League record that includes strikes against some of the biggest clubs on the continent, Tengstedt is not short of confidence in his own ability. He would not have been Celtic's top target and a record signing if there were any doubts about his readiness to carry that responsibility. The shirt number is a small thing in isolation, but it is a statement. And after a summer in which supporters have demanded more ambition and more quality from the club, the combination of the record fee and the iconic number being handed to a genuinely outstanding striker is exactly the kind of moment that shifts the mood. The season starts tomorrow night against Dundee. Tengstedt's Celtic career is about to begin. That's all the latest Celtic news for today. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one.